ladies and gentlemen. I bid you a wonderful morning, and I want to talk to you about some things that I saw. I have made no qualms about stating where my politics are. I'm generally more of a lefty, I saw a wonderful article on Business Insider that I wanted to read. The headline caught me and said, "Pray transparency is coming to be the norm, and employers are terrified." Generally something I think I would be interested in. And then I click it, and then an immediate paywall comes up. And I started thinking about the different news outlets that I personally read, outside of YouTube, of course. And that usually is, New York Times, Washington Post, Business Insider, things of that, Bloomberg, things of that nature. These are traditionally, some would consider blue outlets. And all of these outlets have paywalls. And then I thought about places that don't have them. You have, rags and stuff like Raw Story and stuff like that, things that are or Mother Jones, things that are like more left, which I do like, don't get me wrong, but I call them rags because most people see them as too partisan, unfortunately. But then I think about other places like Breitbart and Daily Beast, Daily Wire, insert any, more right-leaning publication here. And I look at those sites and they don't have paywalls on their information. The internet, and here's kind of the point I wanted to get to. When you think about it, the fact of the matter is that the internet is all the information you could ever want and learn. And we're putting solid information behind a paywall. What does that do? Well, what it does do is the following. It makes it so people who are looking for information are just going to not look at that information and then look at free sources. And then those free sources are going to hold sway over them. What does that mean? Well, that means that they're going to get altered or false information from outlets that are blatantly partisan. And I'm not even talking about covertly like places like the New York Times or Washington Post. I'm talking overtly. And so that's why we have such a misinformation. That's a big contributing factor of why we have such a misinformation problem in this country. Think about it. I have the technical ability to make that paywall go away and I can read it. It's as simple as turning JavaScript off. But I don't expect everybody to know how to do that. It's simple, yes, but it's not something, everybody knows how to do or even know that it's an option. So I implore the people who run these time-tested news outlets, lean on advertising. You're going to get much more views and be able to make up all that money in advertising if you just get rid of the subscriptions on the sites. If people are going to run into a paywall every time they seek information, they're going to look at your competitors, and that's going to frame their worldview. And that's how we have anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers. Thank you.